Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. So, if you read the stream title, you'll notice we don't have anybody that we're actually for sure going to be working on today because I sent out a poll. I send out a poll roughly every week to figure out who you guys want to see like in the streams being like worked on, having some animations done to them, right? I had a three-way tie between. Let me pull them up. You ready for this one, guys? So we had a three-way tie between. I'm trying to do this so then we don't see the ads because we have the icky ads, guys. Sadly. Ah, my goodness. Hang on, wait. There we go. I was like, why is it? There we go. Okay. Let's do that maybe? Maybe that'll work. But then you won't see who the other one is. Ugh. Wait. Perfect. Okay. Alright, guys. So, I can't see chat really right now. I can get it up on my phone real quick. But, essentially, right? We had a three-way tie between these these different characters, okay? So the big thing is, right, we gotta figure out who we're gonna actually be working on today, right? So we have Hollow, who got worked on once, and then after that we haven't really had anything else with him. We have Cass, who we worked on last week, and then we have this boss. So this is a boss entity, and I'll reveal more later with it if it gets chosen. I did do a practice spin, and you can kind of see the results over here. That Hollow won that result one, that first little thing, right? Um, but you never know. You never know what can happen. All right. So we're gonna spin this, and whoever gets it first try is the one who is going to be worked on today. All right. Hollow, please. All right. We got one hoping for Hollow. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see who it is. Let's see who it is. Oh. He won twice in the test run spin and in the real one. Oh my gosh. All right. That's awesome. Okay, so we're working on Hollow today, guys. We are working on Hollow. This is exciting. All right, that's awesome. Alrighties. Yes, your son. Actually, for those of you who don't know, uh, the person in chat right now, Yellow Critter, um, he actually helped make the character, this character. Yeah. So that's why he's like, please let it be him, and it was. It was Hollow. So this is what we've done so far with Hollow. Let's see if we can adjust it so then we can see it a little bit better. Let's move this out of the way here. Ah! Come on. There we go. Okay. So this is what we have for him right now. It's just like a simple little tail flick, right? Um, I think what we're gonna do today is I think we're gonna just do a what's it called? I think we're gonna try and do a walking animation maybe for him because he does move a lot, and that is a big thing. Is that he's gonna be moving a lot because he is one of the main like NPCs, right? So, bro's got bro's got to get ready to be walking, you know. All right, so we're going to hide all, and then we're gonna make a new track here. All right, so oh, I think my roommate's alarm just went off. For what? I have no idea. All I know is that my roommate's alarm just went off. Okay, so let's see here. Alright, so we got that on. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Alrighties. Blurry, yeah. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Here, let me try and get that out of your eye. Oh wait, it doesn't work. Isn't that crazy? Here, wait. I have an idea though. Alright. Let's see if this is a bad idea or not. Let's see. I have another lamp. I have a lamp here. So let's see if this will help maybe. Please. Honestly, wait, hang on. No, it's still pretty blurry. Huh. I feel like the light kind of helps though. Do you guys think the light helps with the blurry effect? Or no? Or is it just because look, you can't even read the like drawing thing in the corner. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? All right. Let me see here. Let me find because I feel like this isn't the brush that I usually use, but who knows? Maybe it is. But let me know if like you think the lighting change is better or worse for it. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of know what you guys are seeing, but of course, like, you know, you guys are seeing it in a full view, whereas I'm just seeing it in an itty bitty screen. Itty bitty screen. Let's see here. Because if we do this, right, this is what you're comparing it to. Do we like this? Or do we like that? I can also turn this off. I feel like I'm trying to like get dirt out of you guys' eyes or something like, because it's just like, hey, wake up, hey, listen. I'm also seeing a small screen to monitor chat. Dang. So nobody's in full screen right now. That makes sense. That makes sense. That one day that it was actually in 4K was crazy. That was a crazy day. And we will remember that day. And, you know, it was a good day. It was a good day. Sadly, that day will never come ever again, apparently. This is so interesting. Because this seems like very different than what I've used to be in the last time. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm going crazy, chat. Day of Soup Wolf, yeah. The camera just really likes Soup Wolf. That's why. That's why I was able to be like, you know what? I will focus for Soup Wolf. Come on. No. All right. It's fine. It's fine, guys. You know, we'll survive. All right. So the goal today is to make a little, I think, just a simple little like walking animation. Nothing too crazy. Um. So we're just gonna do. Actually, wait. Let me go out of this real quick. Oh, well. And then let me show that. Oh, wrong one. Let's do this. Because I want to get an idea of where his height is. So they're like right about here is his height. So we're just gonna go over here and we're just gonna. Why is it so dark? Do I need to lower the opacity maybe? Maybe that was it. There we go. It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is when it comes to the camera blurriness. I've had so many people come in chat and like be like, "Hey, you know your camera is like blurry," and I'm like, "Yeah, you want to send me money to like get a better camera? You're more than welcome to." um, but the only way I'm getting a new camera really is if I guess like I don't know. I really like if I started making money from like YouTube or if like the channel just started doing really good, then I would get a better camera. Or if I started like I don't know, if I wanted to do face cam and do this, then I would get another camera. Um, but yeah. Okay, so see now we have a rough sketch. You can't see because it's freaking blurry. Here we go. Look at that. So now we have a rough sketch, really, of like our previous guy. It's part of the brand. Yeah, my blurriness is part of the brand. That's yeah. It is. What? What? Wait, wait, wait. What the heck? What the heck? No, 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 no. I'm not. My brand is not blurry. Also, why is this? Oh, jeez. What the frick? Come on. There we go. What? Is there not a? Oh, there it is. Split. And then we're gonna delete this. So then we can actually have a decent sized thing to start with. There we go. Uh, unfocused. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, your chat knows your brand better than you. What? What the heck, guys? Guys, my brand is not. my brand is not unfocused and it's not blurry. Like, what? Like, dang. Dang. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. You guys are crazy. Oh, ooh, interesting. I wonder if we can make another. Oh, there it is. There's Flipbook. So this is some clock year tea. What the? Oh my gosh. Okay. So now we have the Flipbook here. Okay. So we're gonna do this Flipbook thing. Yeah. Okay. So the Flipbook, I think, is really cool addition they made to Procreate, like the upgrade. Um, oh my gosh, I'm where Will. Being crazy is my brand. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, look at your name, Crazy Crafter. That's obviously your brand. My brand is a cat. It's a cat. That's my brand. My brand is a cat. All right. So to get started, we're gonna go and just kind of go through and kind of retrace this. I know it looks pretty rough here. Actually, no, it doesn't look rough at all on your end. Here, there you go. You can see the roughness now. Um, but what I want to do is I want to get just the groundwork of the movement down, at least. So because when it comes to Hollow, I feel like the your brand is blurry cat, an out of focus cat with a camera. I couldn't really tell. That's fair. That's fair. You know what? You know what? Favorite chatter today? You. You. Because you couldn't really tell. And I love that. I love that. You come in and you're just, you're not over here being like, yeah, your brand is blurry. Your brand is out of focus cat. Oh, my Apple Pencil is low. Hang on, guys. We're plugging in the pencil for a second, just because we're low. But essentially, right, when it comes to his movements, it's a little bit more difficult to do the walking because not only do you have to worry about the feet and the arms when you're moving, but you also have this to worry about as well, right? Because when an animal moves, they kind of have like, the thing of like, oh, well, like, this is either moving up and down or side to side, but it's still going to be moving with them because it's a part of their body, right? So we have to take that in consideration when we make this, right? Because if we go in there and we're like, well, this is moving, but this is just staying stationary, it's gonna look really weird. Um, which is why, like, sometimes with like some, like, when you saw the like tail movement at the beginning of the stream, it still, like, even though the tail looked really good, the rest of him was like stagnant, right? Um, and so that caused it to kind of look still a little bit like unpolished, right? Because sometimes with like certain movements, It's like, oh, well, that looks like, the whole thing should be moving, or at least like another part should be moving. And that's something that I have to think about when it comes to like animating these characters is what movements feel like they're correct, and in certain characters, it's what movements feel wrong. Like our corrupted deer we were animating, I think a few streams ago, because it depends on what kind of thing you're going for with the character. Because if you're going for something that should feel more calm and a little bit more opening maybe, or just like a being that isn't really supposed to be something that's like off-putting necessarily, right? Then you want to go for like movement that isn't off-putting. All right, we kind of didn't trace the full tail, but that's okay. So I have onion skins on right now, so then I can see the previous stuff, right? So and then the other difficulty that comes with like having animals move, right, is the fact that like they're bipedal in this, right? Which is not what animals are in real life. I don't know if you've seen animals lately. They're not walking on two legs. At least not the ones I've seen. If you've seen animals walking on two legs, walk the other direction. Unless they are not actually like, unless you can see the fursuit. If you can't see the fursuit, run. Run the other direction, because that's not an animal. that's that's not an animal. Mm-mm. All right, we're gonna go and drill this again. I had a pretty chilled week of like first week of school actually. Um, so that was nice. Nothing too crazy. Everything for the most part like pretty pretty predictable. You know, so that was good. Um, I will say the craziest thing that happened to me this week was, so I wanted to schedule, or at least I wanted to get like this one class, right, to work on my master's. And the problem, right, is that I missed the deadline before like school started to get this class, right? And the thing is, right, is that when you miss the deadline, then you have like this week currently, like the first week of school to get those classes, right? And so you can schedule that class, first day of the school year, and then boom, you got it, right? Problem was is that I needed permission in order to get this class, right? So I had to email somebody and be like, "Hey, can you let me in, please? I swear I have all the credit stuff ready. Like, just let me in." And so I'm like, waiting to see if I'm gonna get in this class and all that, right? And then, I'm hoping, right? Because I know this class meets all on one day a week, and it's Wednesday, right? And I'm like, okay, hopefully I can get into the class before Wednesday, so then I can go and like be in class on Wednesday. No, no, because, well, it's not even fully my advisor's fault even, because she did technically get back to me like a few hours before the class like started, right? But the thing is, right, is that I didn't look at my email until like a few hours after it was sent. So I had no idea I could register and actually go to this class until like the class was already basically over. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Oh yeah. Alright, so this is what we got so far. Uh, Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool. I think I'm just gonna. Should I duplicate it? Nah. We don't. We don't need no duplication. We're good for that. Is this stream like doing good? Let me check the stream health real quick. It's saying it's healthy. So I'm gonna believe YouTube and agree that it's healthy. You can't ever be too sure sometimes. You gotta make sure your stream you gotta check up on your stream's health sometimes, you know? You gotta make sure everything's all good in the Alright. Let me think about how this guy is moving over here. Cause the other thing is I'm not doing like a running really. I'm just doing a normal like chill walk, right? So I'm trying to think of how like these legs will work for it. Um, it's popping off. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So I want to kind of have him like do it, do his leg kind of like it'd be kind of like this maybe, and then middle one I assume would be kind of like here, but I should move this one actually slightly over. Yeah. Yeah. Right here. And we're gonna kind of fix this a little bit, make it look a little bit more like a paw. There we go. Then we go back to this. And we want it to be kind of like here. Here-ish? Yeah. There we go. He do be dancing. Exactly. Bro's dancing. Bro's vibing. He's having what many would call a good time. But I will warn you guys, I don't know how long this stream's going to be. Simply because, you know, I might want to get some pot stickers on, because those they take 30 minutes, when they're cooked along with the rice, you know? So, we'll see, you know? Or I could just, like, keep streaming and then run out, throw them on, and then, like, keep streaming until they go off. So, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So, the way he has it right now, I think I'm gonna have the tail then the interesting part, we have it cool back up here. There we go. And then we come back over here. Middle. And then we're gonna have it and then we got this guy coming. Something like that, yeah. And then there we go. Alright. So this is what we have right now. I mean, I think it's not too bad right now. Not too bad, you know? And then, of course, we pull it back. So then, which leg is which? Who the frick's leg is which? Who am I? What's going on? What's going on? Alright. This is the most recent leg. You can't really see it that good. Looks good, thank you. Thank you. I don't have a lot of experience with, drawing, legs like this. There we go, come on. And then let's do, because I want it to be kind of like here. Yeah. And we need it smaller, because it's stretched. here. And then we want to have this moving. Oh, stop looking like that. Stop. Okay, and then we're gonna have it retracting. We don't want it to cross too much over. We're gonna have it like this. Okay. Brilliant. Oh, we lost the body. The body's dead. It's okay. It's fine. Oh, we need new tail as well. So we were gonna go back up, and we're gonna go right here. Boom. All right, and then we're gonna go. What is it? We got our leg up. So now. This guy. Oh, and our music cut out. I love it when our music cuts out. Alright, and then let me do this little guy. That's a little bit weird. Let's have it like this, maybe? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then tail. I will get the music back on temporarily, guys. Alright. Let me get the music back on for you. Do 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 do. Boop. Yeah, I'm still here. I swear I'm still alive. Michael, don't leave me here. Alright, so this is what we've done so far. Let's see what's going on. So it's very quick right now because we don't have any in-betweens, right? So it's really fast. But this is kind of what we're looking at. So, not too bad. I think it's going to look really good. I'm really happy with how it's turning out, honestly. And we do it a little bit. Like that. This guy is moving even more. Even more back. Ah! Yep. Okay. And then, ooh. How far do we shift this tail over? Let's see here. Oh, interesting. We only shifted over once for that, but we did a longer one for the other way. I didn't even clock that. Whoopsies. just happy little accidents. Alright, and then let me check how this one's going. So we're already essentially back here, right? Yeah. So we're going to delete this frame. Alright? And now we're going to do some silly, goofy things. And we're going to move things around so then we can start working on some in-betweens. And let me get out of this real quick. And we're going to... No! Get me out! Let me out! Let me out! There we go. And back in here. Alright. So let me zoom in for you. Alright. So we're going to space these guys out because this is going to be the last frame. Middle. I think we're going to need, honestly, more. So we're going to just move these guys around. Here we go. Alright, one more. Boop. There we go. So now we have an in-between for every frame like this, right? And I'm going to start drawing the body as well with it because this is kind of like our finishing up thing, you know, kinda. Because we also don't have arms with it yet either. That's a whole different beast that we're not gonna be dealing with today. What was I doing? Yes, settings. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna turn this down to just 1 and backwards, just so then when we get into the later ones, you know, we're not gonna see too many like other things going on, so it won't freak us out as much. There we go. I'm trying to think of like anything interesting I can really talk about today. I don't know. Don't have too much going on, I guess. There we go. And then we got this guy over here. So this is gonna make it look a lot smoother. And we come in here to get the tail dynamic going. Alright, look at that. Alright, and then let's get this guy in here. because I don't want to reveal too much about Hollow's character, right? Because if I reveal too much about the character, then you guys are just gonna be like, well, why would I even? What's the point of playing the game? If I reveal so much about this character, right? So I gotta be careful with like what I reveal, right? Because I don't want you guys to know too much about this game before it's even fully out, you know? Because that would be really awkward. Where I'm just like, yeah, we got this really cool game, and everyone's like, yeah, and then and this will happen, and like all this, and I'm like, oh, oh, they know all the plot points. Oh, okay. Like that'd be so awkward to like to have a game where like everybody already knows your plot points, and so like you spend like all this time developing a game, and now everybody just knows everything about it before it's released, which is awkward. Yeah. You get it. Although it's really funny because like some of the people in chat right now, like know, they know plot points. They know plot points of the actual like stories and all that, which is really funny. So I'm like, oh, I can't say. But then offline, I'm over here like being like, oh my gosh, and I just thought of this crazy plot point, guys, and I'm gonna tell you. And I literally said, hey, I'm gonna start doing the body, and then you know what I did? I just didn't do the body. There we go. Oh, you know what I've been watching recently? Yes, I can see you, yellow critter, with those eyes. Yes, you are one of the people that knows things. Simply because you created the character, and also you you are going to be working with me on other projects, so of course you know things. Um, but something that I've been getting into lately is I'm watching a Minecraft analog horror series. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a series called I think it's the world that does not exist. No, you don't know anything? Okay. 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 You know what? You're right. You're completely blind. You know nothing of this story. But yeah, I've been into this like Minecraft analog horror series, and I don't know if you've heard of like if any of you guys watching have heard of it, but it's called "This World Does Not Exist" or like "This World Doesn't Exist" or something like that, right? Um, crazy video, guys. Like I watched it with my one friend, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy, that's insane. Like what, right? And I rewatched it, but this time I was reacting. Well, I was like watching a reaction video to it, um, and then I found out that I watch. Listen, I watch AMZ TV. You know, I'm a big fan of AMZ TV, right? So I watched AMZ TV react to some of the other stuff from that same person, and the whole time I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Because the one that we like, oh shoot, my music. Hang on, guys. There we go. All right. So the whole time, I'm watching this, and I'm like, okay, it's pretty chill, like it's creepy, but it's not that creepy. But then, like, it's getting to the end, and I'm like, ooh, that is disturbing. It's basically like this entity that's like trapped in Minecraft. It's not Herobrine. I know. Shock of all shocks. The Minecraft entity is not Herobrine. But that's when you know you're screwed, because like at least Herobrine, everybody knows who that is, and like at least then you can kind of gauge of like what's what you can handle, and like you got like a decent idea of like what's going on. But this thing is like, because it's based on like somebody like downloading a mod, right? So they download this mod to like have a player companion. Already, I'm just saying it. When you're downloading a mod that's literally the whole premise is like it's an AI companion, that's a red flag. Like, there's multiple games centered around like, like you download this AI companion, and then like you it's over, like you're cooked, right? And I'm just like, man, like this generation like is gonna know like after like watching all these like analog horror series, they're gonna be like, yeah, they're gonna be so smart. Like they're either gonna be the like dumbest people in the horror movie, or they're gonna be like the smartest people in the horror movie, and there's no in between. Like it's either you watch the analog horror series and like other like horror movie stuff, or you you're dead. You're dead. Congratulations, you died. Because you don't know that, downloading an AI friend from the internet, has consequences. Which, in all fairness, right? Because a lot of, like, those, scary, like, things take place, like, back in, like, 2012 or in, like, early internet, right? And I think it's because, like, they know that, like, people from nowadays wouldn't, they wouldn't do that. They'd see it and be like, no, I'm good. I'm good, Personally, don't think I'm gonna download that link, right? But people back then, they trusted people so much. And that right there, that's their downfall. They had so much trust on the internet back then. Because they didn't know how it worked. Nobody knew how it worked. So, I don't know. Pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. Am I right? I don't know why my music is gone. That's not scary at all. Where'd it go? Where's my mouse? There it is. Yoink. Howard. Oh, man. That was the end of the playlist. Alright. What could we do? Let's do, I don't know, this one? Oh my gosh, wow, it's an ad. Wow, wee, woo, wee, wow, woo, wow, wee. Oh my gosh. There we go. We're gonna skip this. There we go. Alrighties. And we're back. Alright. So, I'm just gonna add in the body here. this is a pretty chill stream. We got like a pretty chill character being drawn. Wait. Okay, yeah. You got it right. I can just see the head slowly disfigure more. It's crazy. That's crazy. You can see the curve of the ear. Actually insane. Wow. Crazy. Crazy. But I mean, that's just like, humans don't draw things consistently a lot, you know? That's just what happens. There we go, and let's do like a little bit of that, maybe, yeah. Then we're gonna go like this. Alright, and then get this bad boy right here. And we need a little zoop. And we got this bad boy. Alright, here we go. So I didn't fully draw all the bodies yet, mostly because they were deteriorating over time, and I was like, don't love that, you know. All right, so let's focus on the legs. Let's see. Honestly, I think that worked out really good. I'm really proud of how those legs turned out. That turned out really well. Those legs, they're doing really good. I honestly might erase the body. Thank you, thank you. I think that's gonna be it for the stream. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I'm really shocked of how smooth it looks and how like good it looks. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I did that. That's crazy. So yeah. So that was what we did. Within our literally, it's been only an hour, and we did that. Look at that, chat. That's crazy. That's crazy. I did that in an hour. In an hour. A little bit less than an hour. Because we spent that first few minutes trying to figure out who we were going to draw today. I'm very happy with Hollow. Um, he's a pretty awesome guy. Um, really love what he, just his character. is really awesome, and I'm really excited for you guys to, learn more about him later. Let me try and get him. There we go. Look at that. So you guys can see him. All right. So that is going to be it for the stream. I will be announcing later today. I will be putting out a little announcement with when I'm going to be streaming. Keep an eye out. It's going to be pretty interesting this semester. We're going to try something a little bit new with the whole streaming thing. We're going to try something new, right? And then the other thing is I'm going to be doing some more video game playthroughs here. So, because my classes kind of need me to be playing video games, I'm going to be playing video games on stream for you guys. So, keep an eye out. I will be announcing that later today, what's going to be going down. But other than that, see you guys. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.